Emblematic parallelism is a really fun one. It's a very natural and easy one to find. What you'll want to do is make sure, though, that you have your summary sheet that has the other parallelisms, because once you see one parallelism, like an emblematic one, you might overlook the fact that it also fits in another pattern, or you might skip some things. So when we talk about emblematic, think about that symbol there where it's got the wavy line in between the parallel. Think of it as an image or a thing. It's a metaphor. So yeah, again, it's two lines or two or more lines where you have that symbol saying what the message needs to say. There's a great example. It's a super obvious one. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Everyone knows that that isn't about a person walking down a trail. It's about a person living their life, and they come to a decision point, a really big milestone or something like that. But the emblem, it doesn't say the word decision in it at all. The emblem is super clear. It's a road that diverges, and it's great. It just shows kind of what emblematic parallelism can do and how powerful it is.
Well, let's observe it in some scriptures. So open up Psalm chapter 1. When we get to verse 3 and 4, observe the emblem. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So I love being able to see the context. It is so important, and it's something that we really drive home when we study further in this syntopic parallelisms, and that's on the last one. So be sure to watch that and learn more about how we gather for understanding more context. Mm-hmm. Verse 3 and 4, and he shall be like a tree planted. So look at this, and how can we see an emblem in these lines? How do you see this being an emblematic parallelism?
So I think it comes out pretty clear. A tree planted by water, like a river of water, it's going to bring forth fruit. It's got everything it needs. It's doing great. But the ungodly are like this chaff. It's this kind of weedy, lightweight, thin, no substance thing. And when the wind comes, it just blows it away. And it's really, to me, obviously, this whole psalm is about spiritual longing. It's where the psalmist is introducing the psalms, and he's talking about how much he longs for God and longs for righteousness. And yet he uses words like tree and chaff.
Just brings me back to the garden and the two trees. Mm-hmm. And you can learn more about that in our Hebrew Way Essentials. But let's observe and explore. So what we're going to do is we are observing these scriptures, and hopefully you have your books out open to Psalm 42. And as we observe it, we are just opening the possibility that these might be related to this parallelism. And then we get to explore more as we continue to go further on the next verses or the next chapters. Let's look at and explore the verse 1. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. And then it continues, my soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. And when shall I come and appear before God? My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, where is thy God? And when I remember these things, I pour out my soul in me, for I had gone with the multitude, and I went with them to the house of God, with the voice of joy and praise, with the multitude that kept holy day. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Why art thou disquieted in me? I hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance. O my God, my soul is cast down within me. Therefore I will remember thee from the land of Jordan, and from the Ermonites in the hill Mizar. Deep calleth unto deep at the noise of thy water sprouts. All thy waves and thy billows are gone over me. I love this. Okay, I love to have the context, like I said, but let's just look and explore into that one verse. How might this be an emblematic parallelism?
Mm-hmm. Well, you look again at that. I mean, it's not just that it's a symbol, but it's the metaphor is connected. So the hart, the deer, it's panting after the water in the brooks. Like that animal really needs the water, and it's just like at its core thirsting. And so this guy's at his core thirsting after the presence of the Lord. It's powerful. It's a good thing.
Yeah. I love that. It's very simple. Mm-hmm. It's a deer. Mm-hmm. But very clear. So this is going to be an easy one.
Huh? Yeah, I think it's easy. I know not everybody sees this way. If you watch The Chosen, they do a really good job with the Matthew character, because he says that's all a mystery to me. It's my brain doesn't work like that. I need it to be a little more prose, and I need it to just say what it needs to say. But all the guys around him, the other disciple guys, they're like, isn't that amazing? And that's how they remember it. It's the oral tradition, all the stuff. Just with a picture, you'll remember it so much more, but not everybody does. So this is a good one to study, not just because it's so enriching and easy for some, but it's actually can be a challenge that you can get better at too.
Yeah. It reminds me of a story called Hinds Feet in High Places. It's about a deer that is looking for the higher places. And we do read and discuss that in the Pilgrim's Course. So that is available on our YouTube channel to begin. Let's explore one more. Okay, open up to 103 and observe 11 through 12. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgression from us. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear them. You can add that.
Mm-hmm.
For he knoweth our frame. He remembereth that we are dust. As for man, his days are as grass, as a flower of the field. So he flourisheth. For the wind passes over, and it is gone, and the place thereof shall know it no more. But the mercy of the Lord is from everlasting to everlasting upon them that fear him, and his righteousness unto children's children, to such as keep his covenant, and to those that remember his commandments to do them. Yeah, it seems like that could go. Okay, let's just explore this 11 and 12. And how is this an emblematic parallelism?
When you read that longer verse, that longer selection, what I heard was mercy and forgiveness. Like, I think that's what communicated to me, that this is, great gratitude for mercy and forgiveness. And so when you look at those, like, first two verses, for example, he's using physical distance. Like, heaven is high above the earth, and east and west are really far apart. It's like this huge span, but that's how wide his mercy is, and that's how much his grace can cover. It covers everything. That's the way I see it when it's emblematic like that. But you could, I guess, say the same thing and just say, God's really neat, and he has lots of grace, plenty. You could say it like that.
But it wouldn't be poetic.
It wouldn't have that same sticking power. And again, I go back to, this is oral tradition. These folks had to remember this, and that's how they communicated with each other. Like, they didn't have text messages flying where it's text everywhere. It was the image, it was the message, and to remember things in the right way, the image, it's hard to misunderstand east to west.
And that's why they have it so poetic.
Right.
Because they were committing themselves these words to memory, and they were passing it orally to their children, and they took that obligation seriously. So they wrote it in such a poetic way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love understanding that why a little bit. So what about 13? We could look more, because it's talking about a father, as a father is caring for his children. So God is, or the Lord is pitying us.
Yeah, that merciful support.
And so that one could be emblematic as well.
I love it emblematically. You're talking 11, 12. It's like, look at this breadth and depth, like it's so far, it's so deep. And then he talks about a parent, which, if you are a parent, you know what that feeling is. When you look at that child for the first time, and your heart just explodes in a way you did not even understand. You couldn't even comprehend before you saw that child. I think that's that image, the depth of heavens and the breadth of east to west.
And it looks like there's some more.
Yeah, it could keep going.
All right. Well, I think that's all for emblematic parallelism, but that was pretty simple. So join us live to discuss more and practice as we go through some more verses and some of the hidden ones that we're going to talk about.
Don't just tell them, show them the beauty. Your stirring words, read or recite the poetic parts aloud. Then ask questions. The oral tradition was meant to be passed from generation to generation. The hidden meaning lasts. Don't just